Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
Hello, this is your host, Tony Vega. It's been a minute, but just wanted to cover some of the Laker content. Again, welcome to HoopSpaces. If you do like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. I am not alone today, so we're going to do a little bit different. I'm with my two good friends, two Laker fans, KB and Alan. We are also part of Purple and Gold Mines. You're missing two more. It's a group of five, almost six people. We do morning Laker show, like basically around 1:55 Eastern. We cover Lakers content in Twitter Spaces. Hopefully, we grow. So please do follow our. That's my handle, the Ball Mojito. I'll leave a link, but below. But honestly, we're in the playoffs. First of all, it's so that's no, that I'm excited for that. So we survived the play-in, and now we got that monster win against the Grizzlies, a road game. So honestly, I'm excited. It's been way too long, in my opinion, for this collective to go to the playoffs. We're back. We got a road win. Ecstatic. And just basically to recap, before we dive into it, prayers to John Morant. Hopefully he can heal up because honestly, we do kind of need to see like in not only in this game but throughout the NBA just health. So just wanted to preface that and honestly, welcome guys. Appreciate you guys joining me. And hey, let's talk recap. So I have a question, and I'm gonna start it off and just say the question that I have is if you can recap the game in one word, what would it be? And for me, it would be toughness. Like this team throughout the season, throughout the entire, it's like its inception, even with the old squad, even with Russell Westbrook, Beverly, like JTA, those crazy lineups, Austin Reeves playing center at times. Thank you, Darwin Ham. All of that, and they always find a way. Like we critique every single thing, but they always find a way. And they created through this season of basically turmoil, turnover, trade deadline, all of that. They created one thing, which is toughness. Like they are tough. That was hostile territory. They maintain their composure, and it's toughness. Like Austin Reeves has toughness. Dennis Schroeder, yeah, sprain an ankle, toughness. Like he just bounces back. Like he has a monster game each time he sprains his ankle. Please don't, Dennis Schroeder. We don't want to see that. But just saying, this team has toughness. So it's great to see. We the end of the season we saw some lackadaisical first quarters, lackadaisical first halves, but seeing that win, seeing how they performed, and seeing the level of energy that LeBron AD kind of came into the game, and also the role players. Rui had a monster game. He led the game with 29, if I'm not mistaken. KB, you have the stats in front of you,
Yes,
but
sir.
bro, like they came to play. Like the team came to play. We can talk about Troy, but Troy had some possessions. He did, I think, knock down a 3-point shot. Beasley, at least, like here's the thing: like we are in playoff mode. We can if we can get an ounce of minutes from any player that is on the floor and they can be productive to a certain degree, that's a win. And honestly, we saw that. So, oh, apologize, Alan. What's your what's your word? Your summary recap. What do you think about Game One?
Perseverance.
Okay.
We persevered, difficult, and then we dominated fourth quarter.
Yeah, we definitely closed out. That's for sure.
Closed out. We closed out fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to go for like the whole, even throughout the whole our switch was in late February with the trade deadline. Like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we went 17-9 since February, since the trade
Yeah,
deadline. If I'm not mistaken, and I think since that trade, we just persevered, man. We fought our hearts, like literally from the beginning of the season, from starting off 0-5, then 2-10. Like
yeah,
I don't think anybody, even any of us, I don't think any of us really thought we were gonna make it this far, but we're here. Hey, we're here. So let's
yeah.
hopefully we can capitalize next game. I mean, the most important thing for this game, specifically for this game, was our bench. Like our bench showed up, and hopefully we can continue, because I think with Memphis, that's really what it's gonna be, is gonna be our bench. Our bench needs to show up every game,
Agreed.
not just game one. We need to do every game. Our bench needs to be there.
Agreed. Agreed. That is the one thing. Like the Memphis bench. What is it? Luke Kennard, Conchar, which I don't think we saw Conchar. We
No,
saw
we need to see
some.
Conchar.
We
Was it
saw some
Aldama?
Aldama. We saw Baisley. Was it or
No,
oh what's his
Bain.
name?
You
No,
seen
Bain.
Bain, not
Is
Bain.
it
Big,
Bain?
It was
there's a
Williams,
William
Zaire Williams.
Zaire Williams. We saw Luke
But didn't
Tyus
Bain
Kennard.
come off their bench?
Jones.
Bain comes off their bench. He's a
No,
six
Bain
man.
No,
starts. He
He
starts.
Bain
starts.
starts. Bain
Bain starts
starts.
at the
Yeah.
2.
Hmm.
Yeah, he starts at the two. I mean, that's the thing. Like we contained everybody. Um,
Unless we got
unfortunately,
some
when
decent.
Ja actually went down, we were actually up. Like, but to a certain extent, like the formula was there. It was very like physical game. They were trying to double AD. They were basically Memphis' game plan was avoid AD. AD Rui beat us. Austin Reed beat us. Everybody that's not named LeBron James or Anthony Davis, you go beat us. And hey, props to Austin Reeves for game one. He can get the title of he's him, because honestly, he was him for that stretch of, like, I think he had 16 points or 14 points in that fourth quarter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. Like, he closed,
He
like,
closed that game out.
if you would have told me preseason of the like, if you would have told me preseason, like, Austin Reeves is going to close out game one of the playoffs, I would have been like, God, stop, cap,
You're crazy.
stop. You're crazy. Austin Reeves is gonna come from the bench. He's not gonna, and hold and behold, like, this guy just game after game through the season, even after the injury, he's been producing. He's been growing. So honestly, this offseason, ka-ching, ka-ching. I hope the front office doesn't go sheep and honestly pays the guy, because he's earned every cent of it, whatever that amount is. So, but KB, man, I want to hear from you. What is the word that you would describe game one?
Allen said perseverance. You know I got to try to double that. Grit, man, grit. 80 went down, couldn't feel his arm.
Oh,
Came
yes.
back in. That was a scary moment.
Yeah,
What do we know? Rui came out of nowhere and just started hitting the shots, knocking down the shots, and showing emotion, which he rarely does.
agreed.
And I could just read down a couple of stats for you. 21 plus 21 plus 20 plus 7 plus 15 plus 12 plus 6. There's even a plus 1. That's funny. And then our negatives, we had -4 and -4. And can you guys guess who was the highest for the plus and minus?
Austin Reeves.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, really?
It
Probably
was AD, the Brow.
The
The
brow.
Brow had
Ooh.
27 plus points. I mean plus minus.
Yeah, plus
and
minus.
then the person in second was D'Angelo Russell.
D'Lo showed up.
Interesting.
That is,
He had
I
a plus
totally.
20.
You know what? That is because we kind of remember those, like, pull up threes. That I remember that game he had in crypto where he just lit it up. I think he had 30 plus points. Like,
Mhm.
we've seen that kind of performance, but this game particularly, he had good looks in the beginning of the first quarter, but he just started to drive. He started to find other avenues to score. Like,
Yep.
And that is the deal that we need. And also, he had some post entries that were just, those passes were just beautiful.
Yes, just kiss,
Beautiful.
man, all
Yeah,
day.
yeah, man. I mean, that is the deal that we need. That is, and you know, when we were in playback, we actually were talking about that, like the keys for the game, and we were like, hey, D'Lo needs to show up. KB, I think you said it like, hey, the bench has to show up.
You
Yes,
said
battle
plus
of the
27,
benches.
right?
Say
What was
what?
up?
You said plus 27, 80.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Plus
That's
27,
that's
and then
crazy, dude.
so
that's crazy,
Austin
man.
Reeves and Hachimura both had Austin Reeves had 15 plus 15. Rui Hachimura surprisingly had a plus 12. I thought he'd have more than that, but hey, I'll take that every day.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing about it is, Tony, when you look at it, we looking at percentages, we shot 43% from the three
Oh
and
wow,
88% from the free throw line. So that is really solid.
that is solid, and that
Really
is
solid.
that is again. I don't. So moving from game one, we kind of
Mhm.
got the performance from it. We didn't have like a monster 30-point game from AD. We didn't have a monster 30-point game from LeBron. They kind of did their own in the defensive end. They hustled, and thank God AD is okay. You know, his arm seems to be fine. Like he just had a stinger. Now moving to game two, John Morant, we are all assuming he's not going to be available. Or
Mm.
as the recording of this video, he's doubtful. I think Woj kind of reported that.
Very
My
doubtful.
very doubtful. Yeah, like I think
Mhm.
the tone and even his presser after the game wasn't inspiring. So knowing that factor, I personally have a lot of respect for the Grizzlies, only because I think they have probably one of the best backup point guards, if not the greatest backup point guard in the league currently. Like I'm not saying like all
Oof.
time. I'm just saying like
Oof.
I've never seen a backup point guard. You could say when Russ was with us, where he was like a backup point guard, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Like that team actually wins. Like I think after Ja went out with his off the court situation, like I think they still play 500 basketball, if not better. So they can win games without Ja.
Yeah.
So I expect this game two to be. They're going to respond. I don't know what schematically they're going to do or what counters they're going to provide, but I can see them being more hesitant to do the doubles and be like, AD beat us, LeBron beat
Yeah.
us. Because
Mhm.
honestly, if you think about it, they do have good defensive ISO play. Like Dylan Brooks is a good isolation player, like one-on-one player. Like we
Yeah.
he's gonna get cooked. He's gonna
Yeah.
get cooked, but
Yeah.
he's
You're
gonna
being
make it.
nice.
He's gonna. I'm trying to be nice, but he's gonna make it. He's gonna make LeBron work. Jaren Jackson Jr. or Tillman is probably gonna make AD work. But at the end of the day, they would rather have them go off than an Austin Reeve go off, than
Mhm.
Rui, than a D'Lo, and that's where I have my concerns. But at the same time, I kind of feel confident in that because we've seen AD in single coverage. We've kind of seen LeBron in single coverage, and if they go with that, it's gonna be interesting. So again, I don't know if they're gonna put a bigger body on Austin Reeves. I don't know what they're gonna do with D'Lo. Again, that is the benefit of this team. They have so many options to go to. So it's going to be a very interesting game too to see
Yep.
what Grizzlies counter. But I will see from the past experience, even when they were with the Warriors when y'all went down with it, I think it was the knee injury. They responded with
Yes.
the after the game, like they responded. So I kind of have them the Lakers losing. Again, Laker fan, I'm gonna be optimistic. We're gonna go for the sweep, but I'm trying to be respectful because I kind of know that
Just
the
playoff
Grizzlies are not gonna
basketball.
go down easy. They're the number
Yeah.
two seed. They're the
Yeah.
number two seed for a reason. So they're gonna come at with everything they have. They're probably gonna do some switch coverage. They're gonna do something schematically. But I ranted a lot. Alan, tell me, what do you think about game two? What's your expectations? What do you like to see?
Game two, man. Game two is gonna be tough, man. Like,
Yeah.
so like if you look out through the last final stretch of our season, a lot of the games that we struggled are with teams that kind of don't have their star players. Like I think we struggled with Houston. They don't really. I mean, they have a couple star players, but like we struggled with Houston. We struggled with Utah both games. We struggled. There was Phoenix. We lost against Phoenix. So they didn't have Booker out there or in
That was the beginning of the
and
season.
KD. No, that last game
Yeah.
we
Yeah, yeah.
won. We won the first game. It was no, yeah,
No, we won that Suns game though.
we won.
We lost the last game.
No, we lost the last Suns game.
Not this past one, but the one before that we lost that one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
They don't think they had anyone out there. I don't even think they had Booker out there. CP3 might have not have been out there either. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, all their stars.
Yeah, all their
all
stars were
set.
off.
Mhm.
We struggled really, like I said, we struggled really hard with Utah
Yeah.
on both games. I mean, we got the win, but we struggled. There was a game too, just recently too, that we struggled pretty hard with, and it was like a starless game too. And I don't know, it's just I think we try to play with our food. We'll see. It's gonna really come down to like how the energy comes
So-
out on
Yeah,
how the
I'm,
energy.
I'm just looking. Sorry. I'm just
It's
looking
okay.
here. So we lost to Phoenix in November. That was the first time. Then we lost
Mhm.
again to Phoenix
Mhm.
in December. That was who was in that game?
Booker might have not been in there. I don't think Booker was in that game.
Mikal Bridges and Aiden. Those were Chris Paul, but Booker was not there. So
Mm.
Booker really didn't cook. Booker wasn't there, but
So
then
Chris Paul was in that game.
Chris Paul was in that game. Yeah.
And so was Mikal Bridges. That's why we
So
lost.
Also
Bridges,
Mikal
yeah.
Bridges. Yeah.
We still struggled though. Like
We
Mhm.
did. We did.
We
AD
struggled
had a
that game.
30 something point.
that was before the deadline though, right?
That was
Right.
way before the deadline.
Right.
Yeah.
Way
After
before that. Mhm.
after the deadline,
After the deadline-
significant losses that we sustained was the Clippers. That's the recent one that we can remember. And the Chicago one, the first one.
Yep,
where we
Chicago.
kinda
But Braun was coming back, restricted minutes.
Then the New York Knicks was another one.
That one hurt.
Yeah, that one hurt. I mean, that's the type of game where I kind of feel we're gonna be heading to, where it's gonna be very tight, very close.
Yeah, it's gonna be super
Mhm.
tight, man. Like none of these games are gonna
No.
be. They're not gonna be easy, man. We can't play with our food like at all. Like our
Mhm.
energy needs to come out
Yeah, true.
just straight out the gate. Like if we can. I want to even say like if we can try to incorporate Reaves just a little bit earlier and not get him in the groove earlier, opposed to like just fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Even we'll see how like the rotation goes with Vanderbilt, because I think if Jaw's not playing, it's going to be interesting how we implement Vanderbilt in there, because his assignment is Jaw. So it's going to be really, really interesting where we put him at and who his assignment's going to be for this game coming up. And so I think that is going to be a real interesting to see where that matchup goes.
Correct. Yeah.
Energy, man. It's really going to boil down to energy. How we come out the gates. If we come out swinging, and hopefully when they respond and swing too, we can respond right back. So I honestly want to see Reaves step up earlier. Maybe get him going a little bit earlier.
This is actually like, I don't know if you saw this. Did you guys compare the Minnesota game?
That's another game too that we struggle too. Minnesota.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
game that we could have. That was almost a loss.
We almost lost that game.
So we
Yeah.
played LeBron James and
was
Anthony
a
Davis
plan.
for 40 plus minutes.
Sure did. Yeah,
This
that was
and
crazy.
and
That's what
also
I'm
we
saying,
played D'Lo for only 24 minutes for that game.
We
though.
benched
D'Lo
him.
was-
Yeah,
We
he
benched
benched
him.
him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He didn't play the fourth quarter at all.
Yep.
yeah.
So
That
we'll
is
see how.
interesting.
Yeah. So that's gonna be another thing too to watch, is like see where D'Lo's at, where his head's at. Man, D'Lo's so good. Like he has such a really unique game, and he doesn't. I don't know, man. He doesn't utilize his whole entire game. He doesn't use his whole bag, man. He
No.
likes to do some drop step back threes, and he's so good at driving the ball, man. He's so smooth. So it's gonna be nice. I really loved him to be a little bit more aggressive as far as like driving in, going to the cup. instead of settling for threes.
Agreed.
Trying to think what else. Man, it's gonna be really weird that I say this, but I would like to see Mo Bamba play for a couple spot minutes. Honestly, like get a like I don't did Wenyan. I don't remember seeing Wenyan play.
Wenyan
did not play at
Yeah,
all.
so
Neither
Except 1 minute.
Mobamba.
1 minute.
Well, yeah, I mean garbage time.
yeah, like
yeah.
garbage time. So I mean, if there's a moment to see like Mo Bamba play for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just to kind of see where his head's at and see if like schematically it works. Like like why not? You know what I mean? If just to kind of throw it, because I think that would kind of throw off even Memphis. Like, oh, they're using Mo Bamba. Now we have a stretch five to kind of guard out on the perimeter, and it kind of opens up the lane for like, depending on who's on the floor, but it would definitely open up the lane. So I don't know. I would like to see, it's kind of a left field take on there, but I would like to see Mo Bamba out there for a couple minutes to see if schematic, because I would like to see them play big. Memphis is kind of big. They're not like the biggest team in the NBA, but they play big. So it'd be nice to see Mo Bamba out there. Maybe drop AD to a 4 while like Tillman's out there while they play Triple J and Tillman out there at the same time. Maybe or even Wenyan, like even put Wenyan out there at the 5 and put AD at the 4 to see if it schematically it works. But I know in playoff it's like the roster is really tight, but
you still want Tillman. You still want AD on Tillman because you still want the rim protection. But at the same time, you can put Bamba on Tillman and AD on Triple J. So yeah, there is something there, but I just don't know why Darvin Ham is not doing it. But at the same time, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
like,
we're in the playoffs.
He just ran an 8-man rotation. So
yeah, well, like usually in the playoffs, it's usually like 8 or 9. So maybe you can switch out that 9 with Bamba and Wenyan and see which one works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's resting the guards. So Beasley played 10 minutes, produced 0. But again, Troy Brown played 17. So yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. What's your thoughts, KB?
For me, I mean, kind of just going off of what Alan's saying. I mean, would it be cool to give Bamba a shot when you need a shot? Yes. Do I think so? Come on, we got to be real about it. I think the way Coach Darvin Ham is, he's really, really like set on his rotations as of now.
Correct.
The only thing that kind of sucks for our 3-point shooters is Beasley. Beasley, if he's not going, he doesn't play. Same thing with Rui. Yeah. If Rui missed all those shots, we have to be realistic. He'd get benched. So it's like we have to hope that our bench can do what they're supposed to do so we can have enough time to rest our stars. Like LeBron only had 34 minutes the last game. And I'm pretty sure that's like I think that's a playoff low for him. He plays like over 35 minutes per game in playoffs. So looking at that, I think, we're pretty good. The thing that kind of like glares out to me that I have a big problem with, it's.
Did KB freeze?
It looks like he did.
He froze. All right, people. So yeah, when we do this live, sometimes there's technical difficulties. There you go.
Oh, there I go. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on.
You're fine.
But yeah, so turnovers is the biggest thing for me. We had 14 turnovers. I didn't like that. Yeah. When it comes down to it, we just have to take care of the ball. And I think a lot of those turnovers, if you minus 5 of those turnovers, we're cool. Because LeBron had 5 of those turnovers, and that's not like him. And plus AD only had 22 points that game, 12 rebounds, 7 blocks at that. Yeah. So, I think like subpar games from LeBron James and AD and our bench carrying us for the rest of the series, that's cool. What I look forward to and what I kind of want to see the next game coming up is I'm hoping they do what you're talking about, Tony. I hope they do single coverage because that's what the Lakers want. You put single coverage with AD, anybody he goes against, and this is recorded space, it's food. Like nobody on the Grizzlies can stick him 1v1. And I will die on that hill and just go with that. Same thing with LeBron. Like if they try to we know what's going to happen, and I'm probably not good at predicting the future, but pin down screens for switches on AD and LeBron to have mismatches on the post, let them go 1v1 if they want to. That man's gonna get into foul trouble quick.
Again, I don't know, and
Yeah.
it's probably pretty dumb if they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna do something. They're probably gonna play zone.
I feel like that tactic of like them. Did they say they're not gonna? They're gonna do single coverage?
No, that was just
no.
It's just a speculation.
Speculation.
It's an assumption. I mean,
he's just trying to predict it. He predicted it. Because my thing is, when they did do a lot of those switches, or they did like doubles, that's when we had Rui open, Reaves open, and then again, same thing that you're saying to Alan. When it comes down to it for Austin Reaves, the pick and roll with him and AD is flawless.
Yep.
And D'Lo's literally just waiting in the pocket to shoot. So more looks like that will be better for us. The Kimura look. Let's say this: the more confident Rui, D'Lo, and Beasley are on this team, the more deadly we become. So that's where I'm gonna set that at, and I'm excited for Wednesday.
Agreed. Yeah, and just to wrap this up, there is some there. I'm looking at the stats, and there is something glaring that I'm like, I can't believe that happened. But in blocks, we had 11 blocks. Memphis Grizzlies had 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how. I highly doubt they're going to do that again.
Man.
I mean, there's some parity because if you look at steals, we only had 1 more. If you look at assists, we only had 1 more. If you look even at our, free throws made, like we had the same attempts. They made 1, we made 1 less. Like again, there's some parity here. The thing that really gets to me is kind of like we really made it up in the defensive end. So can we adjust to the defense? Again, Tyus Jones is gonna be more of a floater.
Yep.
Like in terms of like he's gonna use his floater. He's gonna provide a lot of rim pressure. So again, can we sustain that type of intensity defensively?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So
fingers crossed, yo.
Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So KB, Allen, quick, who do you got to win it on Wednesday?
Lakers, baby.
Lakers.
Oh yeah, you already know Lakers all day.
Lakers all day. All right.
Lakers all day, man. I know it's gonna be tough in the grind, but it's Lakers all day, baby. Like I think the matchups, the matchup that we had, like we exposed kind of their matchups. So
let's see. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully we get the win. I do want to appreciate everybody that's tuned in. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Again, this is, we do Morning Lake Show. We do morning spaces in Twitter, so you can find us, Purple and Gold Minds. Appreciate it, guys. And let's go Lakers. Peace out.
Deuces.